Hello and welcome to the Medical Sales Podcast. I'm your host, Samuel, founder of a revolutionary medical sales training and mentorship program called the Medical Sales Career Builder, and I'm also host of the Medical Sales Podcast. In this podcast, I interview top medical sales reps and leading medical sales executives across the entire world. It doesn't matter what medical sales industry, from medical device to pharmaceutical to genetic testing and diagnostic lab, you name it, you will learn how to either break into the industry, be a top 10% performer within your role, or climb the corporate ladder. Welcome to the Medical Sales Podcast. And remember, I am a medical sales expert sharing my own opinion about this amazing industry and how it can change your life. You're considered an influencer in the medical sales space.
Yeah.
And you're a well-known influencer. So I think us just getting right into everything is fine. So let's do that. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take us back to, I don't remember the year, but a few years ago.
Yep.
And we had a conversation. You were pretty much parting ways with Stryker.
Yeah.
This was a shock to me because it was so cool. You remember when you joined Stryker, you did like this
The national signing.
this sports. I was like, if branding was a class, this is like the Godfather right here. What happened with Stryker? What happened that put you in a position to say, I'm going to make some choices?
Yeah. So, I mean, I was blowing up. I mean, you saw me growing on LinkedIn, like Stryker, like they helped the brand of my brand as well. So we were helping each other, and
Right.
I was traveling and I was growing and I was doing so many shows, podcasts, and so many different things.
Right.
And they were getting more and more concerned that as I was growing, that I was overshadowing the brand or like not really doing the work that I needed to do, which was never the case.
So hold on. Let's hang out there for a second. You know,
Okay.
I think this is worth everybody hearing, because the cool thing about medical sales now is if you take the time to create a brand on the LinkedIn platform, you can dramatically improve your career. How you do it, but you can dramatically improve your career. So when you say they were concerned, give us some tactics. Like did the numbers dip a little bit? Were the numbers increasing? Like what exactly was happening that
They just saw me everywhere and every person knew who I was within the company. And they were just like, how is this person so famous? How is this person and he's just a senior manager within the hip division, but there's so many divisions at Stryker, right? Like 17 divisions, I think.
Right.
Everybody knew who I was because of a social platform. And so I think in the old days, and I get it, like they're more concerned because like if they're letting this one employee, what other employees might just like start ramping off and saying stuff. And I get employees have a right to be able to say, if you're going to talk about a company, they could be able to look at your page. But like when you're talking about personal stuff, I don't think they have a right to tell you what you can and cannot post. I think that's my own personal opinion. But I think they were just so concerned that I was everywhere and I was posting and that my job wasn't getting done, which wasn't the case. I was actually like getting more people excited for Stryker.
And that's where I'm lost, because I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
I get Stryker feeling compromised with your notoriety and with the fact that you can talk about whatever you want, but I still can't understand the business decision of, well, it's hurting us.
Yeah.
When my conclusion is it's probably helping them. So
100%.
Take us
I
there,
saw the
man.
numbers. I saw everybody reaching out to me asking how they could be a part of Stryker.
Right.
So you want more employee, like,
yeah. So take us there. And of course, Johnny, share what you can share.
yeah.
What did it look like? Did the manager call you one day? Was it an HR meeting? Like what happened when they first, not the whole, we'll get into that, but when they first said, what did that look like?
Yeah, they just started saying like, we don't want you going on podcasts. We don't want you posting as much. I had to meet with legal weekly to talk about my post.
Weekly.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's how it was that intense. And then I was at Stryker joint replacement, right? Main Stryker started reaching out to me because it was getting so big. So I had to meet with Stryker legal, the head of there, and be able to discuss and talk about. And then it just got to a point where they just said, we don't want you posting anymore and we don't want you on any more podcasts.
So I want to understand that. So was it one post turn them
No,
off. And they're like, oh my gosh, what did he just say? Get him in here.
No, like that's the cool thing is like I was very compliant on everything. Like I always made sure that I was like you've seen all my content. I've never done anything controversy. It's just they thought that I was trying to act as a spokesman for the company when I wasn't. It was just like, hey, I had a great time at this direct anterior course, or I had a great time in California with the team out here. And they just thought like I was like trying to be a spokesperson and not really do my job. But in reality, it's free marketing for the company, right? When you're just expressing. And so it just like they kept bringing me in. And then I'm going to be honest, my ego was like there. And I'm like, I was riding my ego and I said, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep posting.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep, and I shouldn't have done that. I mean, I should have been more respectful to that aspect, but and that's where I left and learned some things about my ego and did some self-healing. But I just said, no, I'm going to keep posting, and actually kept posting more. And then we just came up with this, say, hey, I think we need to mutually separate ways. And it was just like kind of shocking, but I felt like it was coming because I felt like I was ahead of the times, I think, in the medical industry with where I was at. And with Stryker, they're a very close knit, a lot of red tape.
Right.
Like I have nothing against them. I don't have any ill animosity towards them.
But they were conservative. Their culture is conservative.
Yeah. And like that's my thing is like it's okay. But like I also came from an ego place and I wanted to keep building the brand. And so that's where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just keep riding this wave and leave Stryker and go on the Cafero way consulting till I disappeared.
All right. So let's talk about it. So we're gonna have fun, Johnny. Come on, man. We got to get into it. All right. So was it an email? Was it a phone call? The first sign of we're not sure you want you doing this. What was it?
It was just more of a conversation with my upper management.
With your manager, okay.
The crazy thing is like I was helping upper management grow their brand as well, too.
Right. No, I know.
Like I was getting them on, and I was showing them how to do LinkedIn, and I created the whole social media platform within Stryker JR. And
I know.
And I was the bad one.
I know. Okay, so from that first GM conversation to your exit, how much time transpired?
I mean, it was quick. It was probably like a month or so.
Oh wow, it was real quick. A month.
Yeah. So like the beginning, they knew what they were getting because that article, Johnny, on Orthopedics This Week, the changing face of ortho sales was that big article.
Yeah.
And that was huge. And so they knew that they were getting some kind of influential person as they come into Stryker.
Right.
So that's why I had those weekly calls with legal to be able to make sure, okay, is Johnny going to be compliant in all of his posts? But then it's just like, because dude, I was only there 9 months. Like,
so hold on though. So okay, I guess the better question is, how many months were you there before they said, hold up?
That's the thing is like they didn't. It just like it came to a head so fast for some reason. I don't know what it was, but like,
and they didn't tell you. And then
they didn't tell me specifically that they didn't tell me like you're doing a bad job. They didn't tell me to stop.
There wasn't a certain post that said we don't like these kinds. None of that.
Nothing. That and I always sent my post beforehand to legal to have her run through it and read it.
It all approved before you
get it all approved, and everything was good up until that's the crazy thing. I still don't know to this day what triggered it. What was the main, like, let's get Johnny out.
Okay. All right. So it is what it is. All right. So now we got to talk real. Income is coming from Stryker. Income is coming from your brother, who's just, one of the best shooters in the world. And then, and your brand you created with him, and you're living your life. Income from Stryker stops.
Yep.
How, I want to know what was happening where you were like, so what? I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't, but I was. So I was at Mahwah and I was getting ready to go to the direct anterior course that I created with the team. And I got told that I can't go to the course, that legal was going to come to my hotel and give me my letter of resignation and my severance package.
Wow. Okay, hold on. Our audience does not know who Mahwah is. Please.
Mahwah, New Jersey is the headquarters of Stryker Joint Replacement.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And so I was at the hotel and I went there for meetings. And then later on that day, I was told not to come to the course. Legal and my boss were going to come to the hotel and give me the package and the signing, which was kind of a slap in the face because it was our first home course, be able to get this direct entry course. And that's something that was my baby that I helped create with my team. And it was a great thing. And so they came in and they said, here's your severance package and we're going to part ways right now.
Did they continue with the course?
Oh yeah. All my friends, surgeons that I made friends with, they're like, where are you? Why are you not at this dinner?
Wow.
It's like, bro, they just let me go.
Okay. So what happened next?
Yeah. So I get in my hotel room and I just start I'm thinking, I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, I've got to capitalize on something. Like I'm really good at creating a brand and creating awareness and create this. And so I started calling all my connections and called all the surgeons that I was working with and say, hey, listen, let's blow you up. I'm going to create a consulting company. I'm going to be this medical mercenary for you and be able to be this middleman for you to be between these companies and introduce you to be these KOLs. I was just going to be this massive networker guy and be able to blow up and just start creating. Cause they gave me a good 3-month settlement, a severance. So that was huge for me. And I was grateful for that. So I'm super happy with that. And so that gave me a runway to be able to create the consulting. But within the first week, I was landing deals just left and right. I was part of companies and then contracts. I was first contract came in, it was Corganics. It was a CBD company. Wow. And I was like, wow, that was great. And then another one was OrthoGrid. OrthoGrid just got purchased by Zimmer Biomet.
Yeah.
So I was help parting that brand. Yeah. And so it's I was part of these really Ortho Loop and then all Ortho Masters, all these orthopedic companies. And then I was also helping individual surgeons connect with different companies. So I was their agent. It was really cool. I was their surgeon's agent.
Yeah.
Going through this.
You were the first medical sales care.
It was that's the Cafaro way. I'm I'm just bringing you around.
You define new roles, man. Come on. All right.
Yeah. And so then, dude, I was the hottest thing in AUKUS. I was wearing fedoras. I was changing the game. You don't wear hats in orthopedics. I was trying to just make a difference and it worked. But I was still operating out of ego. I think I feel I'll show you, this is what you missed out on. This is something that I don't know. I just it was, and I was still in a lot of hip pain. So, cause I've had 3 hip replacements and for some reason my hip started acting up again. And I'm like, man, I have to go through a 4th because I was getting all these recommendations and I'm like, gosh, dang it. What is going on? But my career, everything is successful, but my personal life is dipping. My marriage is dipping. Religion is this so throughout this time, I left Stryker, left my career, left my marriage, got divorced, left religion.
The divorce happened after leaving Stryker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then left Mormon religion on top of it all.
No, I didn't know that. You left Mormon. I did not know that.
Yeah. And when you leave Mormon religion, you're not you're leaving a community.
That's a whole nother episode right there alone. Okay, hold on. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Okay. All right. So I want to slow it down just a little bit because, it's awesome to know that when you left Stryker, you were landing contracts.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the trajectory of that. And did that continue and you had to manage the personal side, or did that stop and you had to manage, what happened?
No, but the trajectory was unreal. I was making so much money.
I believe it.
It was, and it was stuff that I loved doing. Yep. But then it was just becoming overwhelming and exhausting. And I would feel almost in the sense that I was being used in a way where it's oh, this person's it's what celebrities in a sense, they get used for their brand, but they're not getting true, genuine friendships. Right. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that feeling. And it just became this whole thing. So it's just my personal life was taking a dip. Even though I was making so much money and having so much fun in the medical device, I wasn't being present for my kids, man. I was always gone, and I have 5 kids, and I wasn't being present at their basketball games, football games. I wasn't there. And then if I was there, I was on the phone because.
I hope you're enjoying today's episode. And I want to let you know our programs cover the entire career of a medical sales professional. From getting into the medical sales industry, to training on how to be a top performer in the medical sales industry, to masterfully navigating your career to executive level leadership. These programs are personalized and customized for your specific career and background and trained by over 50 experts, including surgeons. Our results speak for ourselves, and we're landing positions for our candidates in less than 120 days in top medical technology companies like Stryker, Medtronic, Merck, Abbott, you name it. Would you run an Ironman race without training and a strategy? You wouldn't. So why are you trying to do the same with a medical sales position? You need training, you need a strategy, and you need to visit evolveyoursuccess.com, fill out the application, schedule some time with one of our account executives, and let's get you into the position that you've always dreamed of.
When you start a company, just like as well as you know, and you're a one-man show,
Yes.
Holy hell, dude, like you are just swamped. And I didn't know how to balance it. And I didn't know how
and you weren't trying to build a team
at all, because like I was also concerned. I'm like, okay, the Cafaro way, who else is going to emulate how I want them to do it? Right. Like I had that like kind of ego set, like, how am I going to train somebody to be Johnny? Because everybody wants the Johnny effect, but they don't want me to hire somebody.
Your business was too contingent upon your face, as opposed to showing, helping people implement, execute effective ways to market. It wasn't that. It was put my face on your stuff, watch your brand blow up. And you got compromised in how many places you can put, how many places you can be
at once. Yeah, 100%. And so I tried to come up with it, but like I was having one-on-one conversations with so many different people a day, a week. Like it was just like, I felt like I needed a branch. I was just like, and I started suggesting people, I was like, what if I brought somebody on? Like, no, we want your touch. Like we see what you do. I'm like, damn, like, am I that good? Like somebody can't emulate what I can do. I don't think so. Like, I'm not like this superstar, like that has the magic sauce. Like, I just feel like I just bring good energy and stuff get done.
Did you attempt to build a team, or you didn't?
I attempted. Yeah, for sure. No, I did. I attempted and brought stuff, but like, I think it was more towards the tail end when I was burning out. And then I'm like, I'm done. Like,
right. So take us there, man. Was it a night? Was it a day? Was it at breakfast? What happened where you were like, I'm done?
Yeah. The pain was so super excruciating. One morning I just woke up. I didn't sleep all night. I was just rolling in bed in pain. And I was just thinking about everything that I had to do the next day. Like I was just, what is my life? Like I went from being in meetings all day with Stryker to like feeling like I had financial freedom, but I didn't. I was actually locked even more so by this consulting gig. And so then I just called everybody and said, I'm done. I will finish out the contracts and whatnot, but we're done. And I completely, ultimately just disappeared.
So when you were it was a morning, you said, you had pain. The morning you woke up with pain in the divorce has already happened.
It was, we were separated.
Separated. So, yep. Stryker's gone. How many months or years had you been running the branding business before this morning?
It was probably Stryker December, probably a year, close to a year.
Okay. So Stryker's gone, separated, a year of potential financial freedom, but expending yourself to the nth degree.
Yep.
Morning happens, you wake up, you're like, stops now. I got to reevaluate.
Yep.
Call all contacts, you stop everything. What happened next?
Yeah. So then so I'll get into it. I don't care. I started doing plant medicine. I did psilocybin because I heard it will help you with pain. It will help you reneuro pathways, help you be able to get unstuck.
So this is new to me. What is that? Like, talk to us.
Yeah, mushrooms. Yeah, okay. Mushrooms.
No, I know that's huge. Microdosing mushrooms.
Yeah,
I know a couple physicians that are doing that and are actually prescribing that. So yeah, I know
it's life changing. It changed everything. Instead of going right, the mushrooms will help your program to finally go left and create a whole new pattern. And it will be able to show you subconsciously where you keep making that same mistake, so you don't have to keep performing that again. Because the universe is powerful. It's going to keep showing you that lesson until you finally go left, right?
Okay.
And so that's the beauty of it. And so I went on this medicine journey, and it showed me a lot of stuff that I needed to work on. And it showed me things that where I just kind of just took accountability for everything. And I stopped blaming everything on everybody. And stopped blaming the marriage that it was her fault. It stopped like it was, I put
Extreme ownership.
Extreme ownership. I love that book. Yeah, Jocko, like 100% all on me, but I was still in pain. But I knew that I was like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm stopping. Like I'm going somewhere that I'm in the right direction because.
So how did you find out about this? Was it a doctor that introduced it to you? Did you?
No, so I mean, I was at the gym and I was talking to some friends and they said, hey, I just did this mushroom journey and it changed my life. Wow. And I'm like, I want to change my life. Like,
find me up.
Like right here, please. Like I'm good. Like let's go.
Right.
And I've never done any kind of drugs like that. Like I grew up Mormon. I grew up with like drugs, alcohol. You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't have sex before marriage, all that stuff. And so I was this like clean laced kid. And so then I'm like, mushrooms. Okay. And so there's different like types of journeys that you do. So like they say like 5 grams or more is like a hero's journey.
Now is this like, is it a social circle that's guiding you, or did you eventually have to go to a physician, or is there a circle that includes physicians? How do you know what to
Great question. So you don't. I didn't. I'm Johnny and I just But most people, there's facilitators that be able to go into a social setting and be able to help guide you through if there's some darkness that comes in, if there's some deep like shit that you don't like, shadow stuff. But I didn't know much about it, so I did it on my own.
Yeah.
And I took 7 grams the first night, and it was like, it like allowed me to see so much of who I was and where I was going, and like my higher self. I believe in higher self and higher being. Is like, thank you for stopping where you were going, because where you were going was a trajectory of like burnout and chaos and destruction. So like for me just to wake up and cancel everything, disappear, take this medicine to show me that I'm on the right path, it was life-changing. And it showed me where, but like there's no physician really involved, because there's like energetic healers, spiritual healers, be able to help guide you through it. There's dosages and stuff that you don't have to, but there's really no overdosing on mushrooms. Like you just are just going to have a really good, a magical trip, or you're going to have a dark one. And it just depends on where your headspace is at. And it's called setting and intentions. Like what's your setting look like? What's your intentions look like? And then what are your like intentions for the journey? Like, are you here to heal, or because I've never done any kind of drugs partying. I've done it more spiritually to be able to heal me.
Right. So, okay. So that night happens. You're like, okay, this is, whoa. What was, I mean, did you have a conclusion from that first night that said, okay, I'm going to put myself in a regimen and this is what we're doing? Or was it more like, okay, I need to explore this way deeper. We need to find the next thing I can do. What happened after that night?
Yeah, you just nailed it.
Okay.
There was no regimen yet. It was, I need to go deeper. Okay. I need to go a lot deeper. And the deepest, highest, most psychedelic thing they say is ayahuasca.
So, oh gosh, I've heard.
I just got the chills just saying it.
I've heard. So again, I am not lying. Everybody, I know physicians that do this, and and they have whole practices. And so I've never done it, but I've heard so many people talk to me about, did you have to like join a group and they took you out somewhere? How do you even get your hands on the stuff?
Man. So I started doing some research, and I started doing like diving in, and Peru and Costa Rica are the biggest places that administer ayahuasca. You can find it in the States, but it's illegal in the States. Okay. And so if we want to talk about, you can cut that out or whatnot, but
no, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is, but it's the most healing.
But yeah, go ahead.
Healing, most incredible. And so I'm in marketing. So I Google ayahuasca, Costa Rica, and the first top 10 places come up. And I know the top 7 are just ad and paid. And I'm like, I'm not going to those ones. Yeah. So I call number 7, and he's just like, okay, yeah, let's get on a video call. And he does like an interview with you to make sure that you're good and like you're not this crazy person.
Wow.
And then he's like, okay, it's going to cost $1,500. And I'm like, okay, what's the process look like? He's like, there's probably going to be a group of 5 to 7. Okay. And we are out in the jungle of Costa Rica, and we do ayahuasca 2 nights in a row, but it's a 5-day retreat. Okay. And before you go out there, you have to prepare no sugars, no salts, no alcohol, no sex, you got to be as clean, as pure as you can.
So clean emotionally and physically.
Oh yeah. So like you start meditating, you get prepared for it.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, this is going to be it. This is going to be my like start of everything.
Hell yeah.
My hip's going to heal. Everything is just going to be just like this magical, amazing place. I get there and Costa Rica. I don't know if you've ever been to Costa Rica.
Yeah, no, I just went last year. So yes, I have.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, the place is like an oasis.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's amazing. We went over by La Fortuna, over by Arenal volcano.
That's where I went. I went to La Fortuna. Yeah.
Did you go to the hot springs?
Yeah, I went to the hot springs and I hiked the volcano.
Yeah. So did I. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so we get there and the group is pretty powerful. There's a lot of cool people there and like a lot of people just searching and seeking and looking for answers. And some people weren't in pain. They were just looking for the ayahuasca experience, that enlightenment to be able to know like, okay, like I'm good. And so I had very high expectations, very, very high.
Because I can imagine
the medicine journey was so good with the mushrooms. I'm like, this is going to be amazing.
This is like next level. We're going
next level.
I'm leaving the minor leagues.
Okay. Yeah, like I'm going to the majors, like way past. Like,
right.
Nothing happened the first night, bro. I was so mad.
You're like, why am I not feeling anything?
I was throwing up, which there's there's something called the purge. Like you purge out emotions and energy, but like nothing magical happened. And I learned the biggest life lesson of my whole entire life. Stop having expectations and you'll never be disappointed again. That's what the medicine taught me that night.
Wow.
Because when I left that, the shaman asked around the circle, the facilitator, everybody have one word and say, everybody was like saying positive things. And I said, disappointed. Everybody looked at me like I'm being honest. Like I was super disappointed. I leave the meeting at 2:00 in the morning. I'm sitting in front of my bed, looking over and I'm just bawling. I'm like, why did I come here? What am I doing? Like, this sucks. This is terrible. But then like, it just registered like, man, I had high expectations throughout my whole life. And I've been disappointed so many time and time again. If I can just leave the expectations at the door and I'll never be disappointed again. And that was like gold to me. Like, I'm like, I can leave this retreat now and be like the best version of myself and not have anything, because that was like pure medicine for me. Because I did have we all have a lot of expectations. We do. We grow up in a society of expectations. Like, you're supposed to do this. You should do this. Like, you're growing up, like even within the Mormon religion, you have to do this. You got to do this. And so there was a lot of expectations. And so then the next night I'm like, come what may, like whatever comes tonight, like I'll be good. Like I had no expectations. If it doesn't work, I'm just already happy. So I take the ayahuasca, like 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes into it. I start like touching my toes, stretching. I get up, like you're supposed to be quiet and meditating. Not me, dude. I was like moving around, stretching tall.
Sure.
And the shaman was looking at me. He's like, sit down. I was like, no, I can't. And I like stood up and like did a hip thing and it popped. Like my hips just popped. All the pain, I'm getting the chills, the emotion, everything just vanished.
Stop. No.
I swear, bro. Like everything you could ever imagine that I held into my head, I have the chills, went away. Like everything from childhood to all my hip replacements, all that pain just vanished midair. Like the ayahuasca healed it. And I saw the energy come into the healing of the grandmother, they call her, and come and heal my hip. And then I was the most flexible person in the whole entire world. Like I could bend in half. I could do everything because I was physically healed, but I wasn't like in the physical realm. I was in the spiritual realm with ayahuasca, man.
So wait, so hold on. This is awesome, by the way. Okay. So you're saying that you had a moment of feeling like you were healed, or you're saying that you had a moment and you were actually healed?
I was actually healed. So Christ, Jesus, talks about thy faith have made thee whole. And he talks about frequency and energy. I tapped into the high frequency of the healing energy and we healed each other. Like I was open to the healing. I was open to receiving anything that the universe was able to give to me. And I had such hope and high, like that I could heal myself somehow, some way. Nobody understands. If you have never lived in chronic pain, it is the absolute hardest thing day in and day out.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And remember, I have a customized and personalized program that gets you into the medical technology industry as a sales professional, or any type of role for that matter. Become a top performer in your position and masterfully navigate your career to executive level leadership. Check out these programs and learn more at evolvesuccess.com by visiting our site, filling out an application, schedule some time with one of our account executives, and allowing us to get you where you need to be. Stay tuned for more awesome content with amazing interviews on the Medical Sales Podcast.